me. Come. Say good morning to everyone. Go. Guys, while you're doing it, try to push your elbows out as much as you can. Try to go to about mid, to about where your ribcage finishes at the back. Say about halfway through. Keep it rolling. Slow rolls. Every time you're coming up, take a big inhale, going down, exhale. अबे बैक रोल नहीं कर रहा अबे बैक रोल नहीं कर रहा
I'm rolling it.
रोलर नहीं है तेरे पास
है ना
तो रोल करना बैक थोड़ी अपर बैक okay hi Shri okay for everybody who has a roller keep on rolling what I want you to do is I want you to straighten up your arms take your arms back straighten up your arms if you have a small ball we'll switch over to this ball if you don't then we continue with the roller so anybody who has this small ball can stop take this ball out otherwise you can yeah that one's all right Raju that one's okay
normal tennis ball is fine
tennis ball is fine but it's too soft so every time you try to do this exercise with the tennis ball it will get smudged it will not give you that real feeling you want so you can stick with the roller just straighten up your arms so just do what I'm saying so for people with the roller get down take your arms back and while you take your arms back drop your hip down so you'll create a nice arch yeah hold on to this for people who have this ball what I want you to do is keep this ball right between if you look at there is this what we call as the scapula or if you there's a little pointed thing the wings we call them between that and the spine just keep it just make sure it is not on a bone it is on a fleshy part rest here and just move your arm back and forward rotate your arm do it about 10 times for everybody else who has the roller keep on rolling up and down we'll spend 2-3 minutes doing that you do about 10 times with your right 10 times with your left drop your shoulders a little more back, lift your hip up a little more. Try to drop your shoulder blades as much back. Anurag sir, just straighten up your arms. Anurag, straighten up your arms. Yeah, I'll do that. That's it. Go slow, go slow. Ravi, drop your arms back more. Amit, arms को पूरा पीछे ले जा.
आर्म्स को पीछे रखने हैं या मतलब जब आगे आ रहा हूं
पीछे keep them as back as you can so for people just to correlate with what you do on your cycle most of us are down if you look at me we are rolled up we are rounded backs so this is how we are when most of the time we are cycling or we are like this so I'm just trying to open this up so take it back try to open up that back that's what we're trying to do so it will create the opposite movement of what you do while you are cycling. Who's joined in? Manish bhai. Yeah. And relax. Everybody join me now. Watch me here. I want you to come on your side. Come on your side and lie down sideways. Straighten up your arm. So the roller is on this side. Straighten up this arm. Sit, straighten up this arm. Now I want you to just move slight forward and back, very little. Keep that thumb pointed up and now move sideways. Abhay, you can do the same movement with the ball. Keep the ball underneath. So just to show you what I'm looking at, if I'm showing you sideways, if this is my arm, I am focusing on this part. So if this is my armpit, just behind my armpit, that's the area which I'm focusing on. This is the area which I'm focusing on. You need to identify that area, search for it. So if this is where the whole area is, this is where I want you to really put that effort on. If you have a ball, you can use the ball instead. If you don't, the roller doesn't go so deep, but it will again target that area. So you roll and then you move sideways. So while you move sideways, you'll slightly go at the back. You will identify a little point, which point. It should be a little slight pain. You should find it. It'll be very difficult for anybody telling me that this area is all right, because most of us will find this area tender. Again, cycling, a lot of load goes on when you're in an aero position or you're putting a lot of stress. And of course, right now we are not doing it, but when you swim, this area really fires up. A good way to put stress would be to open up that elbow completely, just straighten it up. If you bend it, you will ease out this area so that you take the focus off. Stretch that and then do it. So if you can straighten up that elbow a little more, straighten up that arm. If you have the ball goes much deeper inside this area, is much effective. You can, if it's too painful, lying down on the ground, you can do the same thing with the ball along the wall, standing up, and do the same thing. Spend about 2 minutes with your right. Once you're done, switch over to your left. Manish, what you are using is very effective. That big ball, that goes really well. अगर छोटी वाली और है वो भी very effective रहती है. Dada, if you can straighten up your arm. Shamak, if you can straighten up your arm. Yeah. No, the other one, the one which is on the ground. The one arm you're rolling. Yeah, straighten that up. Yeah, now do that. Alright, guys, once you're done, relax. Just come up. Get this roller. I want you to just come and sit on top of the roller.
15.
Keep your hands down on the ground. I'm still working on your back, moving slightly on the lower back and on the hip. Now from here, I want you to take your right ankle, put it on the left knee. That. Now your right knee, I want you to slightly bend towards your right, tilt towards the right. And now hold. Just under your lower back, once you move on to your hip, you should find a slight area. Now, you will find an area based on how much you bend. So you have to search for it. If you try to stay upright, you might not find. So you have to slightly start tilting to your right. The right leg is on your, or your right ankle is on your left knee. So you tilt to your right and move. So you might just move about 4 to 5 centimeters around your hip, and you will find a little area which you might find sore. So just roll about 8 to 10 times. Rashan, you want to tilt a little more, or you found that area? The more you tilt,
I think I have that area.
you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So accordingly, guys, I want you to got it. Yeah. So now this is a very easy roll. If you want to go a little more deeper, you can put that big ball. Use that big ball, will go much deeper. If you really want to torture yourself, use the small one. But start with the roller. Spend about 2 minutes. Find that area. Now, this is something which you use for your running and your cycling, this specific muscle. So every time you're pedaling, it goes up. When you're running, this is the area. So if you want, you can use the same big ball. You can use the same thing. It'll go much deeper. If you really want to go or torture yourself, use the small ball. Manish is already using it. Anybody who's not found this area still?
Yeah, it's paining a lot.
रमेश सर राइट साइड कर रहे हो आप लेफ्ट साइड कर रहे हो Yeah. 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 Go easy. Just focus on breathing. Hydrate yourself regularly while you're doing the rolling.
Just doing this fitness session. You want something to eat or drink?
Spend about 2 minutes each side.
You want pancakes? Okay. Up now.
Once you're done, relax. Anybody who's left? रमेश सर दोनों साइड हो गए सर?
हाँ ओके सर
Both sides?
दूसरे साइड करना
हाँ करो करो. We'll give you time. Once you're done, guys, let's switch. Everybody can watch me here, what I'm looking at. So now what I'm looking at is, I'm looking at this area to work on. So if you put your hand on the hip, you'll find this hip bone. I am working on the little outside of this hip bone. This is where my hip is. In the front, if I show you, I'm working on the side. I'm going to be working on the roller again. So what I'm going to do is, watch me here. I'm going to take the roller. Just get the ruler right on that hip. If you touch it, you're going to find it. Now from here, if this is my front, I'm going to tilt sideways. Automatically move on the side, the softer part. And I just want to move up and down. It's a very small area. It's not a big area. And then other leg can be bent to give you a little balance. I want you to just move up and down. How much you tilt will depend on where you find that area. So if this is I'm on the side, lift your upper leg up, get it in front, get that balance. If you want to get a little more effective, the leg which is straightened out, lift it off the ground. Now just tilt and find that little area.
It's a very small area.
It's a very small area. It's the hip flexor in the front.
Yeah.
It's a very small area, a small muscle. Very small area. If you still can't find that area, what you can do is you can stand up, keep your hand next to the hip. You can keep your hand on the hip bone and just lift it up. You will find that muscle moving. The muscle which does the job. That's what you're looking at.
Jatin, just came to say hi.
Hi Manek. मेरे को
Just
अभी तक
finish the
वो अभी तक समझ नहीं आया आपने क्या लिखा था बीजेपी वाला. I didn't understand. You wrote or Gaurav wrote?
Gaurav wrote.
अच्छा. I still don't understand what he meant by that.
Gaurav wrote. I just finished the right, so I thought I'd come and say hi.
अच्छा. Okay, cool.
Okay, I roll today then.
हाँ?
आज roll कर लूँगा दिन में.
कर लेना. बाबा चल, carry on.
See you.
Guys,
Bye.
again, if you have the roller, use the roller. If you have this bigger diameter ball, you can use that also. This is very effective for that area. If you again want to torture yourself, you can move on to the smaller ball. If it's too painful, I wouldn't advise you to use this small ball. Use the roller. Your first rolling session should be with the roller. Go move with the ball post once this area is not so tender. I'm purposely picking up areas which generally most of us miss. I know most of us just focus on calf and hamstring and quads.
Yeah.
Focus on these smaller areas which are very, very, effective in your rides and your runs. And on your off days, you can, focus on these areas. You can do your regular calf and your quads on your regular days, everyday types, whenever you spend 5 minutes, if you do. You don't, you'd spend like one longer session during the week, then these are the areas which you should really focus on. Spend 2-3 minutes on your right, then switch over 2-3 minutes on your left, please. You might find one area more tender than the other, which is very normal. Right or left will be totally an individual's thing, but one area might be tender than the other. Sometimes this area is too tender, you are not able to put your body weight. You can stand against a wall and you can do the same movement while pressing against the wall. It will just give you a little more relief where you will not put your complete body weight in case that area is too tender or too soft or too, I mean, the niggle is too much. Before I move to the next part, any specific area anybody wants to focus or feel there it's tender and we should pay attention to first? I can pick it up and then pick up the
I
generic
think this
area.
part, IT,
Okay,
that
the
area, right?
IT band. Okay, so you, Rachna, is also IT band. So the hip flexor, which I'm talking about, if you spend a lot of time doing this, it will give you a lot of ease on the side. It will give you a lot of ease on your hip flexor. So focus on this small area. This area we are focusing on. It will take a lot of load off your knee, this small little area. So I'll address to Anurag your point also, but this is one area. Rachna, yours also is the IT band. Anybody else? Any specific area? नहीं बोलो म्यूट पे हो आप.
मतलब वो आईटी बैंड है.
IT band ना हाँ ठीक है ठीक है. Okay, so I think first let's take that. Okay.
For me, on the shin.
On the shin, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's pick up these 2 points to start with. Now, before I pick up the quads, to explain everybody, the quad is in the front, and the IT band is on the side. So I'm not going to roll on the side. So if this is the band, I'm not going to roll. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go halfway, say about 45 degrees. This is the area which I'm going to roll on. If this is my front, this is my side. I'm going to say about halfway. How do I get over here? I want you to take your roller and come on your complete side. Your weight will be on all your complete elbow. And instead of rolling onto the side, I want you to tilt slightly forward. So you're not sideways or you're not in front, you're slightly tilted. If I start right at my knee, right above my knee, I want you to roll halfway. Don't come all the way up. Starting from just above your knee to about halfway and roll up and down. My other leg can come in front to give me that extra balance. If you're able to take that load, you can lift the leg off the ground, the one which is straight, the one you're rolling. You can lift it up off the ground. If the pain is too much, then you can accordingly lower down that leg, put enough load where you can tolerate it. You don't have to hurt yourself. Amit, if you can bend your ऊपर वाला leg and keep your foot in front, yeah, और bend करके foot पूरा ज़मीन पे रख दे आगे. You'll get enough support and balance. Remember, you're not on the side, so I am not rolling my IT band. Don't roll the IT band. You're at a 45
slightly
degrees.
The inner side.
Yeah, slightly
Inner
not
side.
in front, somewhere on 45 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Keep on moving up and down 45, say halfway. Do about 10 rolls, starting above your knee or on midway, up and down, say about 10 times. Once you've done, from midway all the way up 10 times. Once you're done, switch sides, go to the other side, do those 10 rolls halfway and then 10 on the other. Go slow, guys. In these rolling sessions, don't try to move fast. Go slow. Focus on your breathing. Every time, remember you're rolling up. That means the roller is coming up. You're taking a big inhale and exhale when you're going down. Amit, थोड़ा tilt करो और आगे आप, please. Yeah. That's a good angle. That's a good angle. You'll find it yourself. This area generally we try to shy out because pain ज़्यादा रहता है इधर. Again, if you have the roller, great. If you really want to go much deeper, use this big ball. If you really want to torture yourself, use the small ball. I personally don't recommend a small ball for this area. Use the roller. Roller is good enough, guys, to start with. Roller is effective. अगर आप roller से regularly करेंगे, it will give you that release which you want. Now this is a very, very superficial release. You can use this for your warm-up before your rides or your run. Now today what we'll do is we'll try to go a little more deeper in that muscle. So let's go to the right leg again, the leg which we started with. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the area between my knee and halfway through my leg or my quad. Okay. Now I'll find a little tender area. If this is a tender area, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to try to bend that knee. I want you to bend that knee 5 times. Once you bend that knee 5 times, then you roll again. Could use the roller guys.
On the side, we're fully on the side or turn? We're fully on the side or we're turning to one side?
Slightly on the 45 degrees, and then I want you to bend that. So get down. I'll just explain you. Get down, rolling on the side. Yeah. We're doing the outside, not the inside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Outside. Yeah. Right. Straighten up the leg which you're raised. आपका जो पीछे वाला पैर है उसको आगे लेकर आओ. You watch me here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Enough.
Okay.
Find that point. Stop there. Okay, so stop here. Just stop here. And now bend that knee. Bend that knee. Yeah. Straighten it up. Do it 5 times for me. You find anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
5 times. Now I want you to pick up at least 3 to 4 points between your knee and your hip on your side quads. And do this for me. 5 times. Bend that knee 5 times and roll. Bend that knee 5 times and roll. If you feel the pain is too much, then just focus on rolling. If you can bear that pain while you're bending that knee, bend that knee. If it's too much of pain, then don't bend your knee, just roll. If there is too much of pain, means that area is really, really tight. Ramesh sir, if you want to come down on your elbow, sir. Come down on your elbow. Yeah, now it's good. I know the pain is ये काफी tender रहता है, काफी area sore रहता है. Focus on your breathing here. If you try to hold your breath, you're not easing it out, you're making it difficult. आप जैसे ही breath hold करोगे, you're going to really tense up your muscles. If your muscles are tensed up, you don't roll well. Amit, slightly tilt forward, little more sideways, sideways, more Amit. और Amit थोड़ा और आगे आओ, sideways आओ, forward गिर जाओ थोड़ा. अभी वो बॉल से बिल्कुल नहीं होगा वाला एरिया हो रहा है अबे
एरिया तो ऐसे आई कैन फील द टेंडरनेस.
Acha.
Is there anything wrong I'm doing?
Who is this? Amit, you?
Yeah. Anything wrong I'm doing?
करते रहो, ठीक करो. Keep
Neck
on doing
change
it. Just
करूँ ना?
stay at it. So between your knee and your hip, I'm looking at about 3 different points, and
Okay.
I'm giving that bend. Once I'm done, I'm going to move to the other side, focus the same thing on this side. Guys, this is very important while you're cycling and you're running. Along with this, I will work on one stretch which I want everybody to do. Rolling is important. Stretching of this quad area is all the more important. So I'm going to pick up 2 stretches for this area, and I'll teach you how it's to be done. So quickly, I want everybody to get up, get off the roller. I'm going to work on one stretch while you're rolling. Don't do this stretch when your body is cold. Do it either a post ride or a run or post rolling. So I want you to roll the mat. Get your knees on the mat. So it's a nice cushion. Otherwise, you're going to hurt yourself. I want you to take a big step forward. And now just push that hip forward. So you should be feeling a slight stretch here on the flexor. And if it's too tight, you can feel it on the quad. You can use the roller just to balance yourself. If you're not able to balance, this roller can be right in front. Yeah. And now I want you to bend your back leg, grab your ankle, and pull it in. Keep on doing that. Just make sure the ground is not that hard underneath. Raksa, can you remove that roller? I can't see that stretch. Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Slowly try to come upright. Stay up. That means move your shoulder back. Move your shoulder back. Start moving back. Come up. Come upright. Sit. Go a little more up. Straight. So don't lean forward. Sit. Don't lean forward. Stay up. And switch. If you guys can do the other leg now. Let's get that leg forward first. Push that hip forward. Stretch that flexor. Give it about good 4-5 push forward. Once you're done, then guys, just make sure don't do this stretch when your body is cold. This is not a warm-up. This is a cool down stretch. Let's grab that ankle now. Just make sure the ground is soft. So if you can try to be a little more upright, don't keep that elbow on your knee. Go up, go straight up. Yeah. The straighter your upper torso is, the more stretch you'll get on the quad as well. And relax. Now what we're going to pick up is, we're going to pick up our shin before we do the calves. So, Shamuk, to answer your shins, a lot of time the calves are tight because of which we feel a lot of load on the shin. But what we'll do is we'll try to start with the shin first. So if you look at the bone in the middle, I'm looking at on the outside. If you start right above your knee with your thumb, I want you to just go pressing down and find a very specific area. So Shama, can you point out, is there any specific area you're talking about?
This
area?
part.
This part?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So if you press your thumb, how do you feel now? You've not been running. Do you feel any tenderness there? Now here, roller is a little challenge. What you can do is to simply, to give you some basic stretches on your own. So what I want you to do is I want you to just straighten up your leg. Now the area which you are talking about, take your thumb and I want you to just give it a little press to that area. And now while you're pressing it, I want you to pull your toe in and push out, in and out. So I'll just show you. In, out. Yeah, give it a little press. If you think this press is not enough, a good way to do is I want you to take this ball, keep that ball there, press it in, and now pull and push. Slowly take it down, keep pressing this ball, push and pull, push and pull, give it about 10 times every time. You can go all the way down, just say a little above, say about 6 inches above your ankle. You'll find it on your own. This is what happens when you do this. Every time you're running, you find this area which is getting all picked up. You need to press. अमित इसको थोड़ा थंब से प्रेस करो. अमित बाहर वाले को दोनों thumbs को. हाँ ये अंदर नहीं बाहर ये. You'll find that area muscle move every time you pull and you push. You can use the roller also, but not that effective, but I can show you that. So if you can come down, bring that roller. I want you to bring your right shin completely on the roller. And now I want you to slowly bring your leg on the inside. So ideally you're not on the roller now, you're on the muscle. Now, for everybody who keep on complaining कि उनके IT band tight है, if you focus on your shin also, will help you take that load off your knee. And when you take that load off your knee, your IT band starts getting a little more relaxed. That means your quads are getting relaxed. If your calves are tight, your knee gets really tightened up because of which you feel a lot of stress on your upper limbs. I mean your knee to your on your quads, on your IT band. So Rachna, for you, you keep on firing that IT band, focus on stretching or focus on cooling down that shin and your calves as well.
Okay.
Jatin, I can feel a few points on this outer side.
On the shin?
Yeah.
Ideally, हम सबको feel होने चाहिए because a lot of times what we do is just to show you what I'm talking about here is that every time when you're cycling, ideally we should be paddling like this. Our foot should be straight. But a lot of times what happens is we try to push. If you notice, maybe you will see it on your own, we push with your toes pointing down every time you push up. So because of which this area, this is your shin, supposedly it gets fired up. So that's why all of us should be feeling that tenderness. साइकिलिंग में काफी उसको फायर अप करता है ये.
Coach, for me, after we did that jump rope,
Yeah.
this
which is
started
okay.
hurting.
हाँ वो रहेगा बिकॉज जंपिंग आपने ऐसे करी होगी 1000 बार तो वो अभी सिर्फ सोर होगा. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. सोर होगा ही और कुछ नहीं है. सोरनेस है.
Okay.
आदत नहीं है हमें. If it is just one specific point, then I would say ice it more. Rolling मत करो आप.
No, not specific one.
हाँ, if the whole thing is there, then just slight roll. It's just soreness. With so many single unders, double unders, soreness will be there.
लेकिन ये जब ये शिन मतलब कभी किया नहीं रोल, अभी जब शिन को रोल करते हो तो पूरा नस खींच रहा है पैर का.
हाँ वो नस नहीं खींच रहा, वो बेसिकली मसल है. आप ये मसल पूरी आपको सीधा जाके फुट पे जाके रुकता होगा. करेक्ट. तो वो पूरी एक मसल है जो जाके आपको हिट कर रही है. तो अगर आप अगर अपने पैर को भी दबाओगे, नीचे जाओगे, एंकल के नीचे जो पॉइंट है ये खत्म होता है. तो इसलिए आपको यहाँ पे फील होगा सारा.
दो रोल भी कर रहा हूँ.
वो नस नहीं है, वो मसल ही है. तो वो मसल नीचे तक जाती है.
फूलनेस बहुत ज्यादा है मतलब.
हाँ होने दो, कोई बात नहीं, करो. So we've done our upper back, we've done our lower back, hip, sides, IT band, little bit of shin. For hamstrings, if everybody has the roller, then we do the hamstrings, but they are very superficial. मतलब ऊपर से होता है. We can do that. Let's do one hamstring at a time. So it's good if you're using it as a warm-up drill, but honestly, it is not a very effective role. Hamstrings ये आपको अच्छा सा feel दे देगा कि hamstring आपने करा है कुछ. So superficially, just if you're getting into the cycle or if you're starting your ride, you can use this as a warm-up for your hamstring. Do both legs. Once you're done, let's get down on the calf, guys. I'll spend next 5 minutes on the calf. That's one area where most of us will find that area tender. And just a request, if you don't have this ball, what I would personally recommend is as soon as the lockdown opens up, I want you to go buy this from Decathlon. Something like this. It's black color. Who has this? Decathlon का किसके पास है?
Yeah.
So Shamak, if you can get it closer, please, so everybody can see. Yep. It's something like that. What Shamak is showing. So it's something like that. It will not cost you more than 200 rupees. I think it's for 149 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
It's somewhere around that. Once we have that, specifically, all of us are cycling. So it will be very, very effective for our hamstrings. Trust me, the roller doesn't do anything for our hamstrings. And for cycling, hamstrings are tight, you will feel that load on the hands. Right, sir? So you're saying something?
It looks like coronavirus, this ball.
The tennis ball or the Vicky ball might not be effective. So Shri, I see that red tennis ball there. It is good to start with, but you know that it's soft and it does not when you work on the hamstring. So for that, I would need a little harder ball. So you guys can buy it as soon as the lockdown opens up.
Okay.
Okay, let's get down on the calf, guys. Last muscle. Let's work on the calf. Starting right above your ankle, go easy. Try not covering full leg. go half at a time. So on your ankle, about mid of the calf, just give it easy rolls. If you find this is not effective, if you can put more load or your muscle can take a little more stress, you can put your other leg on top and lift your hip up and then roll. And then move sideways. Move sideways and up and down simultaneously. If you think the pain is too much, you can't, then put the load accordingly where it's not a painful exercise. Light pain is good, but don't make it too painful where you're not even able to put your leg out. That means if this is what you're feeling, that means you can't even put your calf on the roller and it starts paining. You need to ease out. Amit, try doing it by lifting your hip up. Amit, ठीक कर दे. Amit, stop. रोलर को ऐसे नहीं, जैसे पहले रखा हुआ था वैसे ही, ठीक है. Now hands up, hip up. दूसरा वाला पैर ऊपर रखो, जो पैर जमीन पर रखा है. Now move sideways. ये good. इसलिए क्या हुआ? पेनफुल है ज़्यादा? थोड़ा कर.
वो चाहिए बॉल के साथ बेंच के ऊपर अच्छा होता है. चेयर हार्ड सरफेस.
बेंच के ऊपर छोटी बॉल के साथ
या
स्लिप नहीं होती.
नहीं,
I generally use the big ball. I've never tried. Let me try.
इस साइडवेज में ज्यादा पेन फील हो रहा है.
कहाँ पे? टच करके बताओ कहाँ पे?
हाफ में साइडवेज करने में ज्यादा पेन फील हो रहा है.
इधर साइड में या इधर साइड?
हाफ में when I'm doing the sideways ना I can feel that soreness.
अच्छा. तुम इससे कहाँ तक पहुंचे? करो. Can't see that. There's any point, anything else you want to pick up? We can address that. We've done a calf, shin, more on the side, ID band, hip, back. Any specific area, guys?
No. All well.
All done.
All done. Again, remember, this ball is what I really want everybody to pick up. Post this lockdown opens up, this will be really effective. We'll do a second round of our stretching once this is over.
Okay.
Are we good, Raju sir, Sid, Manish?
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. Commissioner, anything specific?
All good. All good.
All good. Amit,
All
calf
good.
पे please. Free, focus on the calf. Anurag, anything from you, sir?
I'm okay. Yeah.
All okay, Shamak? Covered?
All good.
Doing squats.
Ravi? Rachna?
Yeah, I'll know on the next run.
Sorry?
I'll know on the next run.
Okay. Roll that quad, man. Roll that quad, please. All right, guys. Have a good day.
Okay.
All right. Abhi, I'll
Good day,
just check
good
the
day,
ball
guys.
and I'll get back. Okay, give me
Thank you,
5
Jatin.
minutes. All right, guys. See you.
Yeah. See ya. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks.